So here's the deal. This is our first big day at the Indiana General Assembly. We're still at DePaul though, waiting to leave. It's 11:48. We meant to leave at 11, but then I was running late, and then we found out that some of our handouts for testimony today were wrong, and so Nick had to go reprint those, and then that took longer than expected, and I had to go get a highlighter. Then Gary had to run and get quarters for the parking meter. So hopefully we're actually going to be on the road now.
Our lives are in shambles.
So we're a back 19 team. So I think this is good for us. This is good. It's fine.
Gary, how do you feel?
I feel great, you know. I feel like today can only go well. No option.
I mean, there's probably lots of things that can happen today.
Yeah.
I hope it can go well.
Or pass.
Probably not guaranteed.
My name is State Representative Ryan Dvorak, and I've introduced legislation to extend net metering to all customer classes in Indiana and allow for larger capacity systems to be net metered. What that effectively means is that any type of customer in the state could generate their own electricity and have the excess that they generate credited towards their bill, in effect allowing for a zero or very low electricity bill, and then have any excess be credited over towards the following month's bill. This type of system is very successful in states across the country. Indiana currently limits only down to a 10 kilowatt system, which is pretty small, and only allows residences to use net metering. So we want to open it up to businesses, larger capacity, and really increase distributed generation across the state of Indiana.
I'd like to be part of that movement. Several students and faculty researched installing a 2 megawatt wind turbine at our university. And the project can happen. And as a student leader, I'm willing to work hard to make sure that it does happen. However, investment like that is not likely unless we know the provider will buy our energy now and in 15 years. So with that said, House Bill 1094 would give us that guarantee, and we hope that it passes. Thank you, and I'll take questions.
Yes, we have questions for environmental policy project leader.
Okay, so Gary just gave his testimony a few minutes ago. We went and grabbed some burritos at the mall, and now we're going to try and get back in and talk to some of the people. It's pretty cold out here, so we're hoping that we can get back in.
I'm Eric Cotton. I'm with ECI Wind and Solar. We're a renewable energy company. We install solar and wind systems for residential and business customers in Indiana. We came here today to support Ryan Dvorak's net metering bill. We think net metering goes a long way to help renewable energy development in Indiana.
Great. And so what was kind of the main things of your testimony today that you wanted to tell the committee?
Well, I wanted to bring up the fact that in the bill it currently limits the residential cap to 20 kilowatts, and I wanted to give them some anecdotal evidence based on my experience with real customers that indicates that maybe that limit's just a little too low and that something more like 50 kilowatts would be appropriate for residential customers. I also wanted to address some of the safety concerns when it comes to interconnecting systems. That was brought up repetitively today, and the fact is that renewable energy systems have been operating for 25 years. The safety issues have well worked out, and I think that some of the utility representatives did a little bit of misleading today when it came to safety issues.
And what happened in committee today?
Committee, we had testimony on all aspects of the legislation. We heard suggestions to improve it. We heard from detractors who don't want to see it happen. We've decided to go ahead and work on an amendment to improve the bill, and hopefully within the next week we'll be voting on the legislation and the amendment.